He has given employment to specially abled employees, specially abled workers in the care group. I will request you all to put your hands together for such a noble thought. So now I invite Mr. Jagrat to address the audience on what manufacturing excellence has meant to him. Mr. Dave, please.
Good morning, everyone. I must thank FGI for inviting me to give this inaugural address. I consider myself really lucky to do so. We are all in the business, and business is about wealth creation. What are the elements which are important for creating wealth? Money is not the most important element in creating wealth. Money is a byproduct of wealth creation. To create wealth, we require land to build on. We require manpower to till that land. And we require innovative spirit, which fortunately India has in abundance. If we compare our country with other successful nations, two names come to mind: China and United States. United States has got, and so has China. Both the countries have vast tracts of land, very fertile, highly decongested areas, and that is how both the countries are now at the pinnacle of the world. The difference between the two is, one is a command economy, China. The other one is a entrepreneurial economy, which is United States. Both have, paradoxically, a lot in common. United States came about their success through almost the same means as China did. In the initial stages of the revolution in US, there was slave labor, which created a lot of wealth for United States. Like in China, it's not slave labor, but it's a command economy. There is no independence of thought, the same way it was in United States. So right now, United States takes a high ground of saying that they are a democracy. Yes, they evolved into a democracy through the route of slavery. China, on the other hand, came about through similar oppression. I don't mean operation, I mean oppression. The whole country was totally oppressed, and because it was totally oppressed through generations, they never knew what freedom was. We have a joint venture with a Chinese company to manufacture intraocular lenses over there. And now when I talk to my friends in China, They say that we are not concerned about democracy because we have freedom. We have freedom to produce, we have got freedom to work, we have got freedom. The only thing we don't have is freedom to vote. And we don't want it. Because our governance is pretty good, our standard of living has increased tremendously, and this has generated into a spirit of working hard because of the competition amongst companies and between people. Now let's ponder. We are a democracy, but is our democracy functioning like one? Unfortunately not. We have specialized in abuse of democracy. The democracy that we have is being abused day after day, and that abuse is increasing. The governance that we had in last 5 years was so good, and it did increase the GDP, as the previous speakers pointed out. It did increase a standard of living for people. It did increase a lot of entrepreneurial spirit. But then, the politics of our country, unfortunately, is so bizarre and beyond conception. So what we have as a nation is lack of concern for the nation and for the people. Where is the connection between industry, business, and the state of the country at the moment? We cannot eradicate through foul means the problems that are there within the country. The only way we can solve these problems are, in my opinion, through growth of industry and creation of more and more employment. We have, as I said earlier, we need basically land to build on. Now we have small pieces of land which are owned, and that ownership is gradually being divided as the families grow. Now that needs to change in our country. I love traveling by train, and whenever I'm going long distance, I look out of the window and I see acres and acres of untilled land which could be turned into fertile land. I'm sure someday the government will use that land for both industry, creating industry, and for creating more wealth for the farmers. We have a very good example of such creation out of nothing. In Rajasthan, Japan has created an oasis out of desert in creating lots of industries and creating lots of employment through sheer determination. And today, it's a mini Japan within India. I'm sure I have visited that, and it's an amazing situation. Now that is what we can do. Gujarat can play a very, very important role and FGI can lead that by talking, discussing with railways, with other government agencies to make the surplus land which is today not being used and it is going waste for either creating industries or creating agriculture. Unfortunately, in our country, land is at a premium and we don't have the luxury that China has of huge tracts of land and United States has huge available land. We have to now create that land, and we also have to create better ways of agriculture and better ways of creating more food for people who otherwise would go without food. There is a lot which can be taught and even more which needs to be done. I was given 15 minutes to talk and I think I've overstayed my time by about a couple of minutes. Thank you very much for your quiet listening. Thank you.
It is a pleasure and honor to